I just realized this is gonna be the first time I've talked extensively on this channel, so I just want to say hi. I'm the person you've been following for, let's see how many years here, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 to 7 years now. Welcome to the new format of what I'm trying to do with this channel, which is speed paint videos with commentary this time. Hopefully I keep this. I'm not gonna ramble any longer though, you're not here for that. Enjoy! Here is the first creepy bastard on my list, which is Jeff the Killer. Believe it or not, I don't actually like him all that much. That's just because I can't connect really well to him, because in a lot of interpretations of him, he is a cishet man who has the privileges of cishet men, and honestly, I personally cannot like him for throwing his brother under the bus for that. In the original story, he gets bullied by these 3 little a-holes, and then he throws his brother under the bus for beating the ever-loving crap out of them. And then his brother goes to jail, and then his brother comes out of jail after a while, and then they crash a birthday party Jeff's attending, and then Jeff gets set on fire. And then Jeff murders them all after a mental breakdown, after he gets home from the hospital. Honestly, for my interpretation of him, the flames didn't really do much to him. They were able to get him out pretty quickly. So that's why there's not really many burn scars on him, like, not at all, and he still has his hair, he's not bald. 'Cause skin grafts exist. They didn't burn him too badly, but they burned him bad enough that he needed some. His skin is still pale, but that's because he's a stupid teenager who doesn't leave the house at all. And, yeah, I gave him his iconic white hoodie with a crap ton of blood stains, except it's mostly around the arms because, you know, stabbing, it's usually around the arms and, like, the bottom of the hoodie. If I ever draw him with any more blood, it's probably handprints, and they're somewhat recent. He still has a smile because he still had that mental breakdown from coming home in the hospital. I made him an egotistical little bastard because, I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to draw him being an egotistical little bastard. Teenagers, at least the teen boys I'm around, he's obviously from a different time period, but I really doubt teenagers change much. I've made him sort of like how the teenagers I see all the time in high school and even recently graduated in college, and maybe a little bit off of one of my cousins. So he's very much so arrogant. He assumes that he knows everything. He thinks that his way is doing the right way. And he just kind of wants to do his own little thing and maybe murder a few people for a faceless eldritch being. But I'll get on the Slender Man lore later. Let me do this first. In the corner you can see him kicking someone in the face. I promise you that character isn't actually short. They're just fighting because they don't like each other. A lot of the teen boys I know of, at least, they really like to pretend to be nice if they think they can gain something from being friends with you, like a reputation, or people thinking that they're the nicest being on earth, or people thinking that they're accepting of disabled people, which is why I'm showing him kicking Toby in the face, because that's just... A lot of those boys would much rather kick me in the face than actually be accepting of me. Whoop. So, yeah, that's Jeffrey Woods. I know there's a little bit more of that drawing left, but that's essentially all I have to say on it, so I guess enjoy the rest of it. Oh, look, an eyeball. This next guy is basically everyone's favorite at this point, and I'm guilty of this too. So, Toby Rogers. He's the guy I connect to the most. Because if you didn't hear in my Jeff the Killer recording, I do also have Tourette's syndrome. And so he's so me for real. Minus the murder. Maybe with the arson. I have a lighter collection. And basically, for him, I like his design. I don't change much about his design. I take away the goggles and the muzzle. That's what that mask is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a muzzle. I take that away. And I draw him hugging his parents in the corner. I'm very much so a masky and hoodie become a part of Creepypasta person, but that's not what this section is about. This section is about their son. I made him a little more nonchalant than the fandom really liked him to be and how I used to draw him being back in 2020. I am a victim of the fan and Toby. I didn't know any better. Just like I didn't know any better about my ships back then. I'm sorry. And basically, I just kind of made his outfit emo, like more emo than his original outfit was. I made his hair like poofy. It's like a poofy mullet, but also not really a mullet. Poofy. It's like poofy, because I like drawing poofy hair. It's my favorite thing to do. I gave him those like emo freaking like the shin high tennis shoes, ripped jeans, etc., etc. I would have given him fingerless gloves, but I forgot. So they're there in spirit. I made the hoodie more of a jacket to show off the sweater underneath because that seemed a lot better. Because of his CIPA, he can't sweat and he can't regulate his temperature because he can't feel it. And his body doesn't know how to do it either, so I feel like him being able to actually easily take off the layers is smarter than him having to struggle to fight with a hoodie. And plus, with the holes in his ripped jeans, his body can regulate his temperature more to cool him off easily, and because there's not so many ripped holes in there, his body can also keep him warm when it's cold. For his relationship with Masking Hoodie, or Tim and Brian technically, because I have those two being completely different. Tim, I'm going to focus more on Toby on this one. Toby sees Tim, like, as a mother figure, but is also someone that, like, Toby doesn't want to grow attached to these two grown people, but slowly over time he has. He doesn't want to because he's traumatized and he's scared of men. But, like, authority figure men. But he slowly does, and he slowly allows himself to trust these people. He trusts Brian first, actually. He trusts Brian first, because Brian, in this universe, does not speak. He does not speak. He has days where he literally cannot move. He has trusted Toby with his life a few times because of issues with his body, but that's for another day. And so Toby trusts him first because he has been trusted with this hooded man's life that does not speak. Tim, it takes a little while because Tim very much so has those really, really high walls up. He doesn't want Toby to end up hurt like everyone else he's loved and trusted. He doesn't want him to end up dead. He doesn't want to end up hurt because the kid gets hurt or dead. He very much so has those walls up, and it takes forever for him to let them down enough to actually trust and to talk to this kid. And to actually, like, make sure, like, let it be known that he cares about this kid. Because he's very much so a tough love, and Toby calls him Mom. I ended up rambling more about Tim and Brian than Toby in this section, and I'm sorry, it's because they're in the corner. Marble Hornipsis brain, that's what I am. But, yeah, that's, Toby Rogers. Do not call him Tiki Toby, I will actually cry. Arrgh! And now for the final one, because I'm not drawing anymore, because there's too many people I even have to draw in the first place. These three took like 3 days. I'm not doing more right now. I need a break. By break I mean time to draw a Secret Santa thing, but that's not the point. This is about EJ. So obviously he's very creature-like. He has tail and pointy ears. Don't ask what he is. I don't know. A demon? Yeah, probably demon, considering cult stuff. Didn't I think he was sacrificed to a cult? It's been a while since I've actually read EJ's story enough to make my own version of it. So I'm just going off of what I think I remember, which is the fact that EJ got sacrificed to a cult and now has to eat people to survive. Technically, he doesn't have to eat just kidneys because, people are more than just kidneys, and it would be really, really stupid if EJ just had to eat kidneys, like specifically just kidneys. That would suck. So I'm not going to do that to him. He suffers enough by being what he is. And he probably doesn't remember his life before being this, which would also suck. So, I'm not doing anything more to him than that. He can eat flesh, he can eat other organs. He just prefers the kidneys. It's like it's like autism. You prefer one thing over the other things, but you can't eat the other things, but it doesn't really taste the same and it doesn't give you the same happy chemicals. And I mean, yeah, sometimes your brain kind of just doesn't let you eat other things when it's not that thing, but that's not the point here. This is my first time drawing locks in a year, and I've only drawn them once before. I think they're good. I think they're okay. I think I did good for my second total try of drawing them. Yeah, I usually draw poofy hair, so locks are a very different thing for me. I made his tail fluffy too, because, frick yeah, fluffy tail. Love drawing fluffy tails. Fluffy tails are fun. Technically his mask is supposed to be white and there's no drippy things. But I made it blue with the drippy things because, I want to. And no one can tell me not to, because I want to. I gave him a blue t-shirt underneath because, I kind of didn't want him to not be wearing a shirt under there, considering the fact he's a teenager. At least in the version that I remember, he's a teenager. So I'm keeping him with a t-shirt underneath, and then I drew another version without a t-shirt underneath, because I know from experience that teenagers don't wear t-shirts underneath their hoodies all the time. He just did for that one picture, I guess. His legs, you can't even tell because I made the jeans baggy, because I felt like he would probably want to hide his more creature stuff as best he can. But I made his legs have that curve that people who draw satyrs do. I think I'm saying the correct word. I think it's satyrs. I hope it's satyrs. I might be wrong. I'll check later and then correct myself later. And he technically can wear tennis shoes because his feet didn't really change all that much. It was just his legs. Yes, his bone structure is absolutely horrid. No, there is no logic to it. No, please don't expect me to actually be able to explain it. I am just a little high schooler who doesn't know a whole lot about anatomy at all, and the fact I can even do this is astonishing. I made his teeth like fangs because, I thought one of my friends, who online goes by Coffin, really likes vampires, and he also likes dreaded DJ, so that's also why I gave him dreads. But I gave him fangs because it's a vampire reference. And I thought he would appreciate that. And, that's EJ, or Eyelash Jack, or whatever the hell you call him. And that was part 1, and I think honestly one of the longest YouTube videos I've ever posted. That was just purely my art, and that's a little embarrassing, actually. Whether you like it or not, I will probably make a part 2, but if you want one, keep an eye out, I guess. It's almost 6 p.m. I'm done. I'm tired. Bye.